Hey everybody, StarCraft here with another StarCraft 2 commentary. I have vileHasHe in the top left as the Red Terran against the one and only EGIdrA. Best of both worlds, man. We've got a Vile player and we've got a Zerg player, namely EGIdrA. I am so excited for this match. vileHasHe sent this to me about a week ago. It was played on Battle.net, I believe, and hopefully it is a good one. Haven't seen it yet. And I want to announce something real fast. I have been watching the GSL for the last couple of nights. I have taken a bit of a break from StarCraft and from watching a lot of StarCraft. But, you know, watching the GSL is actually making me kind of want to play again. I'm seeing the Koreans, they're not really improving that much. I'm not too excited by the way they play, their strategies, and so on. And it's making me want to get in there and try some new things and see how well I fare against, you know, the top North American players. So maybe next week I'll start laddering again. And speak of the devil, this guy is sad that I don't play anymore. Well, NYCJMZ, I might start playing some more. Maybe even start streaming. We'll have to see. But yeah, I just want to get that out there. I'm not bluffing. I promise. You guys said some extremely nice things and shedded some light on it in the last commentary. So yeah, that's all I really have to say. So look forward to that. Not 100% about it, but hopefully we'll see some games from me. And there's a little bit of lag. I wonder why it's just randomly starting to lag. I have a defragged hard drive, no background programs running. I've got my new graphics card, and I'm getting a couple lag spikes. It's actually a bit concerning. Makes me sad. EGIdrA going with the 15 hatch, maybe even a 16 hatch. That drone came right as the hatch was coming down. Hash. Oh, Hash is getting a geyser first. Nope, geyser second. Never mind. Barracks is almost up. Geyser will complete almost at the same time as that barracks. Spawning pool now from EGIdrA on 15. So 15 hatch, 15 pool from EGIdrA. And a normal opening from Hash as well. Barracks first into gas. Not sure what the name of this map is, though. I've seen it so many times. They are in cross positions way far apart. This always favors Zerg players. We'll see how Hash can position himself, because games like this, it's a lot about positioning with Terran. You know, where you're able to engage, if you're able to siege up your tanks in time, and so on. It looks like he's going to keep a Marine. That's kind of an unusual location for a Marine. I wonder why he chose to do that. I suppose he expects a drone scout and he wants to be able to kite it early, right when he sees it. I don't know. Or he's just going to prepare an expansion right away. We are seeing a factory, so no immediate expansion, and no reactor and no tech lab. That kind of signals some kind of tech build, a gas-heavy build. No second gas yet, but I would expect to see maybe some heli. Well, he doesn't have any room for an add-on either. Maybe straight into a starport, a 111. I don't really know. Now scouting with that SCV. EGIdRA's second base is up. Check out the harvesters, now 18 to 18. Well, we see a transfer. He might have already transferred some drones, about 3 drones or so. Not fully saturated at his main yet, still running off 1 geyser. And here we go. That's probably why he has the drone out there. EGIdRA's probably expecting to run up here and then see Marines. Maybe Hash put his Marines down here so he would get a jump on the drone and kill it right away before it could do any scouting, before it can even go up the ramp. So I actually like the positioning of those drones better, or those Marines better. Pretty smart. EGIdRA continuing just to produce drones, speed on the way. Hash now with his second base, so factory, I should say. Factory opening just for a couple Hellions to do some scouting into a macro build with that command center. Oh, the Lynx get in! Oh my god, they somehow sneak by. He's gonna see everything! He sees, yeah, he does see everything, man. He even saw that second factory. This Ling is doing some crazy, oh my gosh, this is not something you like to happen as a Terran player. 37 to 29, EGIdRA so far ahead. I don't know why EGIdRA went for so many Lings just then. And he even kills an SCV on the factory, so 2 factories for Hash and an expansion. One thing that confuses me is, why did EGIdRA go for 8 Lings immediately after getting Lings in there and scouting? He saw the command center building, he saw a second factory. He has to know nothing is going to come anytime soon, so that's a bit unusual there. Now he's pumping the drones. He's actually supply blocked himself, producing 2 extractors though, clearing up 2 slots for 2 more drones. I would have liked to see one of those be an Overlord. There we go. Now the Overlord's coming. And EGIdRA's macro is really shining, 34 to 25, and I have to note, Hash's third factory is coming up. Mass Hellions so far, no add-ons on any of those factories. Uh-oh, that's why he made 8 Lings. Maybe he made 8 links because he saw the expansion. He knew he could do some harassment on you know, a couple Marines or a couple Hellions outside the front, or maybe just try to scoop around back, get some SCVs there. Pretty unusual play though. I would have just, you know, played it safe and gone for macro. Instead of making those 8 links, I would have made 4 more drones, but it's not like he's suffering or anything. 39 to 28, still doing just fine. He even has a spine on the front of his base protecting, you know, what it can. And absolutely no Zerglings. This is what EGIdrA does best, man. He knows when he can make drones, and he knows when he can make Zerglings. But you know what? He better make some units. He doesn't have anything to defend against these 4 Hellions. They're coming in. Hash still on 3 factories. One of them making a tech lab. So it might be going just pure mech. I don't know. Seems like the makings of a pure mech build to me. Only 1 tech lab though, so that's kind of suspicious. EGIdrA now placing his 3rd base. And this 3rd base is so hard to defend. 2 choke points. One of them being blocked by these rocks, of course. In come the Hellions. This spine is not conveniently placed. Well, you can't really place it anywhere better. There's just so many, there's such a wide open space here for the Hellions. 7 Hellions now. EGIdrA has absolutely no defenses. If we check out the drone count, he's at 50. We'll check that out after this. Toasting so many drones. Not the best split by EGIdrA. That's something that disappoints me from a lot of pro players, is their ability to split drones when Hellions come in. And oh man, that was so disastrous for EGIdrA. He's mass producing a lot of drones, while Tech is being, Hash is going for some Thors. Harvester count now 44 to 34, and he even spots the 3rd base, so these Hellions are more than paying for themselves. Harvesters lost. 14 Harvesters lost for EGIdrA. Only 1 SCV lost for Hash. So Hash, this harassment is doing great. It's going to set him up for a nice mech game, even taking out some Lings too. It just lost a lot more resources than Hash so early in the game. Lots of mules being pulled down. A couple Thors almost complete. He's got a lot of money pulled up. I was just going to say he might want to throw down another production facility, and on goes the 4th hatchery. 3 factories with tech labs. Is he going to mass Thor EGIdrA? Mass Thor cross positions against EGIdrA. Do you know how it's going to take like at least 20 minutes for the Thors to walk all the way across the map, and that's not even an exaggeration. It's probably being generous. It's going to take at least 30 minutes. Oh my goodness, does Hash know that EGIdRA's getting mutas? Oh, that's so good for Hash. Mutas against Thors. Now, mutas aren't as common as they used to be in ZVT. Still pretty common. You see a lot of Koreans go them, and you know, they're pretty standard. Pretty much standard. Not always. And Hash is getting Thors, the perfect response to mutas. And he sees that just now. He's got to be giggling to himself. Maybe a quick fab session in between. Who knows? But it's going to be really tough for EGIdRA to do anything harassment-wise. And once Hash does push out with these Thors, oh my goodness. Still trying to do some harassment. There's just so many Thors. Does EGIdRA even know how many factories he has? No, he saw that 2nd factory. There's 4 factories now, EGIdRA. What are you going to do about that? How's your Harvesters looking? 57 to 51. His 3rd base is up. He's going heavy on the drones and heavy on the mutas. That's what you want to do as a Zerg player. Wouldn't be surprised to see a 4th base sometime soon, because you know, a result of producing all these mutalisks is tons and tons of minerals, of excess minerals. So we'll either see an auxiliary hatchery or a 4th base. I'm guessing in the next 1 or 2 minutes. We'll have to see. Lots of mutas flying in, try to get some harassment on. Doesn't look like it's going to work, and this is one thing Thors, they kind of have double usage. You know, they're just good beefy units. You can attack and kill shit fast with them, but also stick 1 in your mineral line and you'll be protected from any number of mutas. I mean any. I mean at least 30 mutas, or at most 30 mutas, because you can just sit in the mineral line and get repaired if you're ever being attacked, as opposed to turrets, which you can see here are harder to get to, less surface area to repair on, less life, less armor, etc. So Thors are like mobile turrets. They're way better than turrets at defending. EGIdRA, I think he did see this with the Zergling on the watchtower. He's frantically producing a lot of units. 12 Zerglings, 6 mutas, and no repairing SCVs. I would like to see some repairing SCVs, although Banelings would make short work of them. EGIdRA does have a Baneling nest. Hash slowly pushing out. Not the greatest creep spread, but enough to do the job. Alright, let's check out the unit type here. 17 mutas and 20 Zerglings against 7 Thors and 7. This is a perfect counter. 7 Thors against 18 mutas. 7 Hellions against 20 Zerglings. I'm going to be shocked if EGIdRA holds this off, but it is EGIdRA. He's got a spine on the sign. In come the Zerglings. In comes the magic box. Lots of Zerglings trying to surround these Hellions, but the Hellions are microing back. This is not looking good for IGIdrA. Somehow he is taking out these Thors. Oh my goodness, that's how good a magic box is. He's going to clean this up. Are you kidding me? In come the Hellions trying to get at least a little bit of damage. 61 Harvesters. He's going to try to reduce that number. This last Thor is being taken down. No, this last Thor is going to kill all 4 of these Mutas. Meanwhile, these Hellions toasting every single drone. Oh, he needs to focus down the weak Mutas. Not going to happen. That Thor does go down. 31 workers killed for Hash, but IGIdrA still only trailing by 3 on the Harvester count. Here comes that third base, and then Overlord's just checking it out. Nice positioning on that Overlord. Doesn't even have Overlord speed, so he sent that Overlord all the way across the map and is nice and snugly tucked into this corner where he can see an expansion from Hash. So pro Overlord right there. He's just waiting for it, man. He's just waiting for that command center, and there it is. Is he going to attack it or go for some kind of harassment? He is going to attack it. And not going to happen, IGIdrA. There is a Thor there. If I was IGIdrA, I would have run back and sniped all these SCVs. Kind of hard to see that when you're actually playing the game, though. His fourth is now on the way. Neuroparasite and Infestors. Infestation Pit is up. No Hive going up just yet. He's producing a lot of units, so I don't blame him for not going Hive. He just lost his entire army. They're both kind of frantically reproducing their units. Lots of Thors for Hash. So you don't really have time to go Hive and make Infestors and make Neuroparasite and make Mutas and stuff like that and make an expansion. So we probably won't be seeing a Hive for until after the next engagement, most likely. These Infestors are going to be really good against the Thors, though. Neuroparasite is just insane. Hash moving out again, though. Another composition, just like his last one. Lots of Thors, lots of Hellions. His upgrades are 1-1-1. And this has to be scary. I love it when someone is pushing out and the other player sees it. I like watching their production tab. 24 Zerglings, 2 Infestors, 7 Banelings. He's frantically making all these units, hopefully trying to catch these Hellions with the Banelings. We'll see if it works or not. And this is a vicious push. I don't know how IGIdrA held the last one. I don't know how he's going to hold this one. Does he have any Neuroparasite energy? Yes, he has 4 Neuroparasites. If he can Neuroparasite 4 Thors, oh, this is so bad for Hash. Oh, he's going to kill every single Thor with these Neuroparasited Thors. Banelings rolling in, destroying every single Hellion, and Hash just got played. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. These 4 Thors have woken up, but Zergling's so good against Thors, wasting so many of their strong attacks and cleaning up all but 2 of them. A couple of reinforcing links, or I should say 48 reinforcing links should do the trick. Even IGIdrA, come on, you don't need to waste that Neuroparasite. Just want to run away a little bit, wait for your 48 lings. That's 100 energy. That's 1 Neuroparasite he's not going to have for a long time. So a bit excessive with that last Neuroparasite. You can't really blame him. I mean, it's such, in the grand scheme of things, it's rather small, but just in that moment, I'm just nitpicky, I guess. I think Hash, when he moved in one of those times, he should have had a little bit more foresight, busted down these rocks, so he did have some kind of Hellion path for the future if that attack didn't work. But he doesn't. It's not going to cost him the game. It's still 3 base to 4 base. IGIdra's still working on saturating this 4th base. And it's a really close game, you know, these Hellions getting surrounded, not doing a whole lot. Units lost, IGIdra's still way behind on the units lost. If we check out the income, though, 71 to 48. Wow, that's a lot of Harvesters from Hash. Too many Harvesters, I would say. Especially when you have Mules aiding you. I'd say Terran need about 70. I don't know that for sure. I'm not a Terran player. I'm just kind of judging him a bit biased, I suppose. Or misinformed, whatever you want to call it. But I think 60 to 70 is alright for Terran. IGIdrA throwing down the gas at that expansion. Tons of lings. This one bunker isn't even having a chance to get loaded. And he's going to destroy the space before it even completes, man. Couple wasted turrets here. It's not looking good for Hash. I think if he put a couple Infestors up here and just started fungal growthing, that'd be sick. That'd be Spanishiwa style, man. Ultralisk Cavern. There's the Hive. It's now completed. Tons of drones being transferred from the main, saturating this top right base most likely. We'll check their destination. Actually, I can't really check it. Yeah, I'm assuming they're going to the top right. Nope, they're going to the bottom base. It's kind of unusual. Some more mech out from Hash. 2 armor upgrades, going to be pretty effective against those lings. Not the best ling upgrades. That's one thing I criticize about IGIdra's play. He's not real upgrade oriented. He's got a lot of Infestors. That's awesome. I love seeing Infestors. He just needs some more beef, some more meat of his army. He needs ultras, he needs broodlords, he needs something. He's rolling in here. So many Hellions gonna toast those zerglings. Oh, it is getting bombed by tons of fungal growths. Needs to take over some of those tanks. These Thors are neuroparasited, but it doesn't matter. These tanks are bombing away at them before they can do any damage. Oh, Sai's just taking tons of casualties. There's that Nidus network. There's the Nidus network that we're gonna see probably about right here or so to, you know, send in those infestors and start fungal growthing. I don't know if he can worry about that though. He's got this push in the middle of the map, slowly inching towards him. And you know, his income's good though. He can reproduce well. He can make some ultras. He's got chitinous plating coming. He's got +1 melee attack, +2 melee armor, and now Hash going for the 4th base. I believe he did scan that. No, he's got a Hellion in here with 3 kills. Oh, don't line up. Oh, EGIdrA going in from the side. Lots of siege tanks, though, not going to do anything. This is where you really need ultras. We can see here 6 ultras from EGIdrA. He's going to sacrifice this base. Hopefully, he'll have ultras before this base comes up. Hash running off tons of barracks, lots of production facilities. A lot of Terran players will fall behind on their production facilities when they get on 3 or 4 bases. Not Hash. He's producing tons of factories. 2 more starports, anticipating the Ultra to Broodlord switch. And where is that Nidus network? There it is. This is where the infestors come out and start fungal growthing everything. Might not worry about that. Oh, and Hash getting some revenge. Taste of his own medicine for EGIdrA. Here come the infestors. Bombing from the tanks, splooging from the infestors. Lots of SCVs going to go down here. Let's check out the kills on these infestors. 1 and 0. Oh my goodness, 14 and 1. That infestor got 14 kills. And is he going to get another round? One more fungal growth. One more. Yes, yes. Oh, he's only got 74 energy. Fungal growth. Oh, not quite what EGIdrA wanted, but he still sniped 3 more with that second fungal growth. Yeah, man, this is such a close game. I don't even know who's going to win this. Hash deciding to move out. If only he can get a little bit closer and snipe that hatchery, that'd be a pretty good win for him. And Hash must know that there's a Nidus network here. There's no way EGIdrA has spread his creep all the way up there. Tank. Interesting tank position. That's probably worth it, you know. Sending 1 tank right there just to handle any future infestor drops. That's some smart play. Food count is 192 to 172. EGIdRA's now massing a nice Ultralisk force. One thing about Ultras, though, is they're not that good against Thors. Especially when they're spread out like this. So much tank support, marine support. These Ultras just rolling through the bottom portion of this army. Are they going to live to see the top portion fall as well? No, Thors have such high damage. They're kind of units that do well against each other. That's how Ultras and Thors work. And EGIdRA, I don't think his army was big enough. I think it just wasn't big enough. Units lost, he's still down by about 4,000. And, oh, EGIdRA just left the game. EGIdRA just left the game. He didn't even GG. And I think it's because of this. I think he was frustrated. He was frustrated because he just couldn't beat this mech, even though he was doing a good job of whittling it down every time. And he was getting dropped right here. Why did he leave that? Oh my goodness. He still had this base. Hash knew about it though. Oh my gosh. Wow. Alright, well let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think EGIdRA still could have won it? I know he didn't disconnect because Hash told me about this game. Hash did win, EGIdRA just didn't GG. And oh my goodness, I think EGIdRA had a fighting chance. Hash was just on 4 base. EGIdRA was actually on 5 bases. He did lose all his drones here, but still 59 workers. This is one thing I just don't like about EGIdRA. His attitude, he just leaves games so early. He gets frustrated. He goes on tilt so damn easy. But, you know, well played by Hash. Some pretty nasty mech play against that style of Muta, Ling, Baneling. So let me know what you guys think. Hope you enjoyed it, as always, and especially for this game. Wendy's natural cut French fries.